Hello and welcome everybody, I'm One Barbarian and this is Crusader Kings 2 with the historical immersion project mod. And before we start the episode, I want to say thank you to all of you that suggested so many different YouTubers. You know, I actually, once you start YouTube, I think you stop watching that much YouTube. So I don't really have the overview of how many there are and who is there, but I've contacted quite a few of them and many said yes. So we are going to have the A-team, the dream team, come together and do a CK2 succession game, and I think that will be absolutely tremendous. I actually, after this video, I will send out the proper invitations to make it all, you know, a bit more formalized and work out. Anyway, either way, what we are going to do in this episode is quite significant, because I think, honestly, the next 3 or 4 episodes, we're probably going to wrap this series up. We are incredibly powerful as is, but I have some goals for the final episodes here. Of course, one of those goals is the legend for the Band of Medina, and then the second goal is our Great Holy War. And I think I am going to go for Saxony. See, I look at all of your suggestions, you know, saying, for example, hey, going for Saxony might be a bit overpowered because it will push the HRE out of being any sort of threat to you, but I'll be honest with you, I don't think the HRE is a threat to us. I also noticed when looking around that he is a claimant to the Basilea Romayon, which of course no longer exists, but that is quite interesting. I also really love the stuff going on here in the Mediterranean. You know, you rarely see split up powers here. You have the Byzantines hanging around and all of that stuff. But with the 1204 start date, what you have is just this wonderful freefall. And look at Crete, slowly but surely working themselves into being the Mediterranean island powerhouse that they were always meant to be. We also have Jerusalem now banished to Cyprus under Reign Melusine of Jerusalem. I think there's so much going on here. I absolutely love it. And what we're going to do in this episode is, first of all, we're going to raid a whole lot, because that is what we do. Second of all, I'm going to send my Chancellor, because I want to clean up Danzig here. I want to take that over, and I forgot that I did that, but there you go. Bless me with stuff. Ooh, end of an empire. Whether by external choice or internal corruption, the Empire of Yochid, which was a titular empire, just for the record, has been reduced to a remnant of its former glory. No longer seen as a true empire by others, nor able to deem itself such without risking blasphemy, it has succumbed to its weakness and is forfeit. See, I believe that this happened because he actually declared himself... Wait, does he not hold anything anymore? Oh, no, he does. And because he didn't declare himself, he became tribal, and that means that his nomadic empire title is now fading away. Good riddance. Get it out of here. The Shattered Shepherds. Anneka finally had his people stand down as the losses against Sultan al-Ashraf III Musa of al-Sham proved to be too costly. Most of the army were executed right there and then, and Anneka brought back to Hauran to show everyone what happens to peasants who try to attack their betters. After all, nobody ever believed the peasants would win against the battle-hardened armies of al-Sham. As expected indeed. Thank you, my loyal supporters, for the free money. I appreciate it. And he tried to talk to me, talk to the faction in my name, and he made them dislike me even more. Now that is not that great, but you know what? It's also not that significant. If we could get some more... I was just about to say that if we could get some more missions, that would be wonderful, because I would love to further the legend as much as I can. Let's go to Gdansk immediately and do that. Oh, you're rebelling. Revolt for Herzog Otto's claim on the HRE. You know that rebelling could actually be quite significant, because he is incredibly disliked amongst his vassals. I'm surprised that there are only so few rebelling against him. A warrior in my lodge is a very poor duelist. Right. He has a skill of 6. I'm gonna give you a skill of 10. You can figure that out. Sanjings the Mona managed to best Kortik the Scarlet Eagle handily after a short clash. A cheering crowd heaved Sanjings up on their shoulders after the victory, hoisting him over to the lodge to celebrate. There you go. Wonderful. Now, we are also gathering so much renown. I wish I could spend it on the legend, but I can't actually do that. Oh, I can't. Right, you have just been looted. I assume probably also actually by me. We gotta wait 2 years until we can fulfill this mission. That's a bit disappointing. Wish they had given me something that did not have the looted status. Oh, and would you look at this? What's going on here? Another rebellion. Landgraf Almerich's claim on the Holy Roman Empire. We shall see how that ends, but I can tell you one thing. It won't end with a very strong Kaiser. I think the Flower War that we did against them absolutely crippled them. I also want to bring up, by the way, that with everything going on and with this series not being that far away from being finished, I'm not. So I know there's still one holy site, for example, right over here that we could get, but if we expand too much over here, we're just Russia. We're just Red Russia, also known as the Soviet Union. So what I would rather do is we should clean this up, or one of our vassals should do it. I mean, none of them apparently have enough troops, that's okay. I would love to get to the Black Sea, so that is definitely going to be a goal of ours that I want to go through with. For the time being, we shall just pillage, because that is our job. Now, there was somebody also suggesting, hey, excuse me, she's in hiding. Yes, come out of hiding, please. Why are you depressed? Difficult pregnancy. Not the biggest fan, I must say. Why was she in hiding, though? Kill Karban's Pomedy. See, I don't think you understand. Family doesn't kill each other. My friend Scalance has invited me to a grand banquet. You know what? Absolutely. Didn't invite me a couple of times, now he invites me every time. High Chief Sparrow, son of Elnius, has usurped the title Barony of Kletsk. Alright, so he did a holy war by the looks of it. Oh, look at that. We are such a good-looking empire. And I know we probably want this land from Denmark, but they are our vassals, or rather our tributaries now, so I will take that. If they can just clean this up, by God, our borders will actually look nice. As I was getting ready to sleep, I heard a scuffle from outside my bedroom door. Rushing outside, I found that my guards had seized the cloaked man as he was attempting to slip some documents into the room. Under questioning, he revealed that he was working for High Chief Budvidas and that the documents were fabricated evidence intended to turn me against my vassal, High Chief Isprats. I don't appreciate that, buddy. Tell me the truth or don't speak at all. I also want to ask... Oh, thank you for the claim. Appreciate it. I'm not going to push it because that would invalidate our mission for the moment. I'm rather going to, you know, just wait and then push it. But I will say, if you have any suggestions for what mod I should be playing after this playthrough, let me know. We could also, of course, do some vanilla, but... So, there is some considerations that have already, or there are some considerations that have already gone into this. One of it, quite clearly, is that I feel, hey, Lux Invicta has never been on this channel, and maybe it's time to actually put it on the channel. If you agree, and if you do have any starting characters for that mod that you think are interesting, absolutely let me know. Because I would love to consider them. An alliance, that's okay. I also thought about CK2+, because it also, despite being an amazing rework mod of course, has never made it onto the channel, but I was informed after, you know, talking about it a bit in the Discord, I was informed that apparently Lux Invicta, the CK2+ project is currently extraordinarily buggy, and that is why they're rewriting most of the code. Meaning, you're not getting anybody here. Meaning that, you know... I can't really play it as of right now. Maybe in the future, we will see about that. Who of you? All of you, of course, are important. You are tall, I endorse this, but you are a warrior, you know what? I need a warrior on the council. Right, a noble that, we're just. Being of noble birth means nothing to the dungeons with him. He committed a crime and he will do the time. And you want to become the new chancellor, huh, Makina? See, you don't even believe in me being the high priest of this religion. Absolutely never come to me with this sort of thing, you hear me? Get him out of here. I also was thinking, when it comes to the Great Holy War, to go for Hungary, but the problem with Hungary is essentially that the HRE, in the form of Bohemia, has eaten its way into it. Croatia, of course, as well. And oh, what I didn't even mention, this Mega Bosnia, I love it. I am absolutely in love with it. That is just a... great show of power right there. My acquaintance was slain by my daughter. You know what, daughter? Good job. You did an amazing job. Oh, and the legend at 90%. Let's go. We're actually going to get it done in this episode. I wasn't certain about that, you know. Time to return home. Look at the legend, 91. Only 9 more random missions and we will be done. Now, we can actually take Danzig. And that is, of course, what we shall do with this claim Gdansk. I don't even need to raise anybody, we can just take him out right on the spot. We'll be perfectly fine, don't even sweat it. Easiest victory that I've ever done. Oh, and you have become Sunni, huh? Fair enough. They are tribal. Shaman Drunix has been going around Pamadi for a few days now, praising me as one of the wisest rulers Krauyariki has seen in decades. Knowing that one of the oldest, most esteemed people in the realm supports me so openly has undoubtedly increased my standing amongst all vassals. Appreciate it, buddy. What just happened here? Oh, they split. Oh, this is beautiful. So they just split apart because they had no direct connection to Denmark, meaning that they can actually be taken. Oh, I'm a fan. Believe me, I am a big, big fan. If I could loot or pillage one of these, which we can't, then that would be wonderful. See, in this case, I don't even have a choice. I quite literally do not have a choice in what I want here when it comes to having a tribal vassal. So, you know, it is what it is, I guess. See, if you have nothing else to do, you might as well spend the renown on this, I suppose. What about you? No, you know what? What about you, Minsk? I would love to have a holy war against you. When is the next time that I can do one? 1256 January. Oh, that is so close. I'm just going to bring you over. And we're going to take care of this. Absolutely. How are we doing? You want me to raid this? Hey, that is the best thing you've ever told me. Right, you have a skill of -3. That is terrible. Why are you even here? You know what? Let's get an even challenge going for you. Ooh, Porzhuk Thorjulgi beneath him. That is just rude. Why would he say that? Why would you say that? Now, we are taking heavy attrition here, and I probably shouldn't have stood there, but that's okay. That's gonna take some time to replenish. But we do have the money to spend here. Did I put you up to max? Yes, okay. For the band of Medina, I proclaim, raising my glass. The cheers around the table are boisterous, and the air hangs heavy with anticipation. There's nothing left to conquer. Someone laughs, raising an eyebrow conspiratorially. Agulinis murmurs, have you ever been to the Ilkhanate? Persia! Well, that would indeed be worthy of a legendary bloodline. Capital idea, Agulinis. Let's seek out fighters in the Ilkhanate, or you could just say no. Oof. That's terrible. Let's do it. I'm ready, and so should you be. Now, we could also go ahead, and I think I want to do that. Give me a set of armor. I want to survive this one for sure, because I do desire the bloodline. What do you want? No. Get out of here. Right, a legendary journey. The time has come for us to move into enemy territory. Agulinis and I are toasting once more to the band of Medina. He has a skill of -5. The band of Medina, we shall find their most experienced warriors and show them what it means to be Prussian. I declare, everyone shall know our name, he agrees, slamming his fist into the table. Yes, together we are stronger. You make great progress on your legendary journey. You know what? Sure. My Marshal Vertilis Labotos has told me about a remarkable armorsmith residing in Suduva. He suggested that I invite the man to my court to see his work for myself. Absolutely. Hello, Angets. Let's do this. The armorsmith. Armor provides a bonus to moral offense, as well as martial personal combat skill and monthly prestige. I want the best armor that you can make me, please. A legendary journey. Finest warrior around? Well, that would be Taman, master, a little boy says. Agulinis fishes a coin from his pockets, rewarding the urchin for the information. There he is, the child suddenly cries, pointing at a Badawi man down the street. Ah, Taman, I'm so sorry. This is not your time. Ah, such fortune! My lord, come, face me. Agulinis motions for people to get out of the way just before Taman lunges at me, indignity in his face. I parry immediately, defending myself well, judging by the excited cheers of our spectators. At the end of it all, the crowd has grown still, the streets flowing with the blood of their Badawi warrior. You're gone, buddy. You're out of here. You know where the door is. A legendary journey, another one. Merab Jalajinjins. Having spent the evening drinking and talking around the campfire with my traveling companions, I finally bid them good night. On my way back to my sleeping spot, I pause. Nearby, leaning against a dried-up tree trunk, is a man tending to nature's call. An enemy, I yell, more surprised than alarmed. I am sorry that it had to end this way. Albeit under the influence, the battle stance comes naturally to me. My opponent staggers backwards in surprise, almost tripping over the fallen tree. Before he has time to catch up, I sink my axe of Perkunas into his chest. The man groans, and it takes a while before my own heart stops pounding. Then he is still. Easiest money I've ever made. So, there is a chance with this event here to get a higher... Oh, actually, there is no chance. Interesting. Having decided to check up on Master Angot's progress, I strolled over to his forge. I did not find him working on the project I commissioned, but instead working on a different task. Specifically, my courtier Kazari. You know what? Hey, it's our free will to do that, isn't it? No, we will do neither of those. You know what? What Angots does in the privacy of his own forge is not my concern. It absolutely is not. Next are you, Noyan Burdu, the Fearless. Oh, and here's a 103 fighting skill. We're down to 178 because we already heard. Let's hope that this goes well. Walking through the streets of a village in Tabriz, the locals seem eager to point out how foreign I am. They've clearly never seen a man like me before, and while some are adoring my armor and confident stride, it does not take long before I encounter open hostility. Let me actually check. How old is my 26? She's good to rule. Sure. Go home, one man barks. I draw my weapon without hesitation. The crowd scatters around us, and my opponent and I fall into circling one another. The ensuing fight is more even than I care to admit. At the end, I'm sending a quiet prayer to Divas as I take in the cheers of our audience and slam my weapon against his head. Alright, we got him again. News from China. Rumors of the military might of the Nguyen Empire is proving to be a forceful diplomatic tool. They just vassalized this man. That is absolutely inconsequential to us. I've partaken in a local tournament, and I've been knocking out Mongol Chute fighters with ease. Grinning, I search the crowd for the face of Argulinis, who has been cheering me on. I find him looking a bit pale. Turning to face my final foe, I hear someone shouting an introduction. Dodogan! The ill-tempered. Imagine being introduced with that. Imagine somebody literally saying, he has a bit of an anger problem. That's our Todogan, just how he loves and lives. He's a strong man. Let's do it. Finally, a challenge. He will duel the tallest man you have ever seen. The crowd is cheering loudly as the giant looms over me. All the men I have fought so far pale in comparison. You die now! The beast of a man roars, swinging a massive club. When it fails to hit me and bites the ground, the earth shakes. As he moves to lift it again, I strike. The crowd falls silent. He really was ill-tempered. You know, showed up, immediately passed away. What a time to be alive. Not for him, though. For us. Ah, and yes, I would love this claim. I reckon, by the way, that I probably this entire time could declare the war even still. Yes. Let's do it. I'm gonna maybe call people in. I'm not actually sure. I don't think we need them. Rumors of my adventures have been spreading here in the Ilkhanate, and I have received a personal invite from Kagan Yedi to appear at his court. The brute Gadouts, if you insist on causing trouble like this, you will fight someone I choose. The pompous messenger reads. Ooh, wow, he's good. I'm not afraid I will duel any of his champions. What? A brute gets to fight a brute, Kagan Yedi proclaims, gesturing to the stage where... That's a bear, I say, clearly less alarmed than expected. I've fought bears before. I continue picking up my axe of Perkunas. The creature roars. While the ensuing fight takes time, the monster soon lies at my feet. Oh, that's hilarious. I love that. Another victorious match. I'm so sorry, Kamamon. The wolf? How does that even... At least, I mean, you know, maybe he is a dancing bear. I don't know. Good news, my high priest. Right, I will pay for this additional material that we can use for even better armor. Captured in battle. I will sacrifice him. The blood of a legend. No. Wait, what? Oh no, I become the founder. I was about to say, this dude cannot become the founder of this bloodline. I earned it. Upon your return to Pamadi, warriors and commoners alike swoon when they see you. One woman actually faints as you ride by with your entourage. The whole fortress, the whole village has been dressed in celebratory banners, and your courtier Nabragans greets you with a smile. The bards will sing of your accomplishments for generations to come. They say you took down an army of 100 men and wild tigers. Received news that some of you were taken captive, and the man's words trail off and he composes himself. My lord, welcome home. From deeper in the fortress, from deeper in the village, the band of Medina is singing a song of battle, its melody inviting you to celebration. It has been done. We are the survivor of the blood games, and we are the survivor of the legendary journey. Iron Blood of Gadouts the Survivor, resilient to battle injuries, personal combat skill +2. A +2? Are you kidding me? Particularly resilient man, Gadouts the Survivor proved himself one of the finest warriors of his time. Now, being resilient to battle injuries is of course very significant, so I welcome that, no doubt about it. Might have been a time when the sight of blood unsettled me, or when the wailing of a child could make my dagger quake and fill my mind with dread. But not any longer. The gods have granted me the fortitude to perform their sacred work. There you go. In the footsteps of our father. Now, I'm not actually gonna... We could, you know... We could get rid of so many of these. But we're not actually gonna do that. Because the way I... Oh, you know what? I'm gonna do it like this. We could right-click and then sacrifice Ludmilla, but, like, it's tedious. I have no interest in that because we already have a bloodthirsty religion. And we already have a dreaded bloodline. So, what is the point of that if I could just do this? Ah, yes. Now, how many people have we killed in our life here? 86? What about our father? Wasn't it like 147? Yeah, okay. I'm not sure that we're going to reach his numbers, I will admit. It's a fine day and you're out hunting with a small party. As you write, we can get another friend. My wife! Hey! Talk some more, my wife. Yes, being a friend of your wife is quite important, as she should be your best friend. And vice versa, of course. Now, let's win this war. Let's take over this hideous, hideous situation here. So that I can actually call ourselves good borders. The infidels must submit. Oh, they all did, huh? Alright, that was very easy. Incredibly easy. And I got a... Hey, I got a claim on this. Denmark stole it. I hate you, Denmark. How do you do that? When is the next? 1259. In 2 years, we can go ahead and call the Great Holy War that we have all been waiting for. Now, let me take a look at this. I think I would like to... I don't even know what I would love to do out of these. Maybe assemble a Great Council. What is that? 25 skills? Oh, 18 or more. That's nothing. Sorry, mate. I like you, but you are fired. This Dane, on the other hand, is now a council member. And you are also... we don't actually have anybody, huh? What if I were to find somebody? There you go. And they also must be willing to come to my court. Yes. Invite to court, there you go. Wait, no, I don't think women can actually be... Can women be in that position? Of the diviner? Oh, they totally can. Beautiful. I love it. There you go. Hey, assemble a great council. Truly, these are the wonderful days in Krauyariki. I honestly don't think we want to do any of this. I mean, I can convert a province, I suppose. You know, what's nothing wrong with that. I was struck with nervous excitement when Master Angertz announced that the set of armor was nearing its completion. Today I have received the master in my throne room. As he unveils the armor rack, I find it almost impossible to breathe. What will you name her, my high priest? Green armor? The immortal? Angelic Guardian. I don't know how much the lore, or, you know, the idea behind Romuvan actually includes angels, so I'm gonna go with Immortal. That does fit, I personally believe. Quality 4, you know what? Hey, could it even be Quality 5? I believe there is a chance for that, but you know what? This is good. A legendary armor is said to be indestructible by any mortal means. Let's go. Easy money, look at that. Person's combat skill plus 15. The fluting. Right, many warriors have gathered in the Great Hall tonight. The dinner has just started and I already feel eager to test my mettle against one of them. It has been some time since we had a good fluting and there are plenty of candidates known for their crude manners and their sharp tongue for me to choose from. I will not fight my daughter in a fluting match of talking. You know what? I will settle for nobody less than our best speaker. I stand up and shout Pozhuk's name in the dining hall, catching many warriors' attention and challenge him to a fluting. I only need to decide what subject will cut deeper under Pozhuk's skin. Who are you? How are you? What? When did this happen? Are you down there, buddy? So this is against Lustful. He's not Lustful. Envious and shy. Envious he is. Ambitious and proud. And kind. Okay, you know what? Let's go with envious. Pozhuk claims that it is harder to find somebody that has greater designs and pettier goals than me. Oh, we shall see about this. I lost my temper. Right. You know what? Enough of the stupid games. He insulted me, the Merciless. He got the Merciless name because of the fluting? That's ridiculous. Blood of a legend. They say that everyone in the castle of Plok spent several moons preparing for the return of High Chief Skelans of Mazovia. Man has been the main source of interest and fascinating rumors since even before he left for the Ilkhanate. If he got a better bloodline than me, I'm gonna be angry. You got a different one. As the Band of Medina celebrate this warrior's victory, we pray that our young find the living legend an ideal worthy of emulating. I'll be honest with you, I did not even know that you could have multiple bloodlines spawn from this. But I'm pretty okay with that. Known as a great warrior and leader of others, Skelance Sharptongue accumulated enthusiastic support during his legendary raids into foreign land. Vassal opinion, personal combat skill, and characters tend to have their counselors be loyal. That is really cool. I like that a whole lot. Alright, anyway, I'm going to create the Duchy of Turov. Look at our borders. They are beautiful. We just need to go a bit more into the south here. Oh, we got Rurikovics here. I love it. I really do. You are Lietvio. Ah, you are an actual Prussian though, so I shall put you underneath, or on top of everybody else here. Turov. There you go. Charmin Dingens. Right, thank you for going around and telling people what a great buddy I am. A veteran in my lodge is a mediocre duelist at best. Dude, she's my wife. I'm gonna give her an easy match, and she's probably still gonna... If you kill my wife, dude, why is the easy one harder than the even challenge? Even challenge, then it is... I chose her opponent poorly. Yeah, come on, man. Why are you even in this lodge? Many important warriors have gathered in the lodge tonight in order to celebrate a recent hunt. I've barely joined some of my warriors, some of my friends in the festivities when Porzhuk barges in, claiming that he's twice as strong as I am. If he wins against me, I'm going to be mad. How's he doing it? Excuse me? He has started to gain back around, getting his hand back up and starting to push on the opposite side. With a loud thud, I slammed Porzhuk's fist against the table, earning a shower of cheers from the other warriors gathered around us. What sort of weakling are you? I remember the fluting. Don't even think I forgot. Can I take you out, easy money? Apparently not. Not of a claim, huh? Man, I need the HRE. I will tell you this much. I need the HRE to at least no longer be at war. Because as long as they are in rebellion, we have a bit of an issue when it comes to actually getting the Kingdom of Saxony in a Great Holy War. But I mean, they have 2 more years, so that should be fine. For a second there, I really thought my wife had died, and I was very sad. Right, where exactly is this duchy? Hey, why don't you just, you know, get all of the duchy? He wants to have a claim on it anyway. Well, what about just getting it? My friend's friend is also my friend, a motto I try to live by, and sometimes that is an easy truth. A friend of a friend was introduced, and I immediately felt a kind of connection with this stranger. Chieftas Yuji of Vanema. So I hope we'll be friends. Yeah, absolutely. What's the big deal? Chieftas Yuji of Vanema frowned upon my suggestion to arrange another meeting, clearly not interested in making new friends. First of all, wow. Oh, and she is not... My daughter is known as the Word Slayer. It would be even funny if she was known as the Word Slayer. But, you know, hey, it is what it is. She apparently is good at the fluting. I'll welcome it. Alright, we can have you fight for me, or we can have you fight for me. I will... You know what? He hates me. No, you know what? I'm gonna just have this prisoner do it. I get some equipment for you, let's do it. You get it done. Let the blood start flowing. More blood for the blood gods. He passed away, well. The blood games of Pamadi are over. As the dust settles and the crowd cheers dissipate, the priests escort Previltus up to the arena's main balcony in order to congratulate him for his victory. Even though he was not my offering, through his actions, many souls have been delivered to the gods today, placating their ire. I do need a better candidate for the next one. Apparently I'm over the limit again. Yeah, I'm not interested in holding this. Thank you for asking though. Appreciate it. 49 years of age. We do have a strong claim on this. I can't go to war with Denmark, so that is quite sad. I wish I held it directly, but hey, it is what it is. And what are you? Chosen of Perkunas. Right, that makes a lot of sense. I really need to take out Kiev. I'm sorry, I gotta say, I desire... What did you do? I desire Kiev. Young Malfrida has finished education and stewardship. It is evident that she has excelled in her studies. Good job. And now she's known... My wife is known as the Feeble. Good God. Oh, grievously scarred. Wasn't I already grievously scarred, or was that the High Priest Gimme? I'm not actually certain on that, but you know what I am certain on? An unknown father. Jerusha the Heavenly, my half-sister. Well, that's fair. I am set on ending this episode right here, and in the next episode, we will go for the Great Holy War. Believe it. You better believe it. In 1259, It will be time for the great migration to the west, into Saxony. And we're going to take it, and we're going to teach them a lesson. You hear me? Commonwealth of Krauyariki is now rising up here. I like it. Keep it up. And yeah, there you go. So we just won what we won there. What is this anyway? Ah, Kilikia is actually under the supervision of the Rum dynasty. Interesting. We came back from the grand struggle in the Ilkhanate, and we are now known as an absolute machine of a warrior. Does that already make us better than High Priest Gadouts? I don't know. But you know what will? All of this. I will see you in the next episode. Thank you so much for watching, and later, alligator.